everyone. Welcome to Gratitude Yoga Challenge. My name is Prema, and we are on day 12 of Gratitude Yoga. So grab your stuff, and I'll meet you on the mat. Welcome everybody to Gratitude Yoga Day 2, Self-Effort and Grace. In day 12, I'm sorry, I was thinking of 2, day 12. Yeah, that was a mistake. Self-effort and grace. Let's open up our hands, bring them in front of our heart, and we'll open with one Om. Take a deep inhale. Close your eyes, soften your head towards your heart. If you have a personal intention you want to set for your class, you can set that intention in your heart space. Taking a deep breath in, expanding in the chest, connecting to your flow of breath. The breath can guide us. Like yesterday, we spoke about the swan as a symbol of grace, gliding on the water. So let's step into our flow of grace as we step into the breath. Taking a deep inhale, let's open up our hands. Open up the eyes. And we're going to begin with some breath work. Deep inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale out, long. Ha. Either letting go of your day or entering your day. Palms to the earth. Inhale up. Deep inhale, long inhale. Try to fill the lower belly to the top of the lungs. And we're going to pause at the top here. Pause at the top of the breath. Then we're going to exhale long, breathe it out. Ah. And then we're going to pause at the bottom of the breath for just a moment. Now inhale, lengthening up. Let's pause at the top of the breath. Exhale long. Ah. Pausing at the bottom of the breath. Inhaling up. Pausing at the top. The stillness in between the breath. Exhaling long. Ah. Pause. Inhale, expand up, reaching up. Pause. Exhale, hands to the earth. So let's take our hands to our knees, and we're going to do a couple of seated cat and cow. So inhale, pull your hands on your knees and pull the chest forward as you fill the belly. Exhaling, rounding the back like a cat, chin to the chest. And keep your hands pulling on the knees. Inhale, opening in the chest. Exhaling, rounding, chin to the chest. Released all the air. Continue in your own rhythm, a couple more rounds. The next inhale, as we come forward, we're going to come over to the right, rotating here, exhaling, rounding the back, inhaling, pulling the belly forward as we do a full rotation, going one direction, exhaling, rounding back, inhaling, expanding in the front body, exhaling, rounding the back. Inhaling forward. So after your next exhale, inhale and go the opposite direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling, rounding the back. Just getting into the hips and the spine. Inhaling forward and rounding back. Come to a neutral posture and let's rise up. So let's bring the arms up overhead. Take the left hand to your right wrist. Inhale, lengthen up and exhale over to the left. Now, everyone lift up in the chest a little bit. Pull the belly and lift up in the chest, lengthening up with an inhale. Now exhale, round forward. Keep pulling on the hand, round forward. Stretching in the side body. Inhale up and release. And let's do the other side. Arms up. Take the right hand to the left. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale over to the side. Now with the next breath, lift up in the chest as you draw your shoulders, your left shoulder back. With a deep inhale, lifting up in the heart space. Exhaling, rounding forward. And keep pulling on the left hand. And feel this beautiful stretch of the whole left side of the body. And we'll release. So we're going to grab our elbows, bring the arms up overhead. If you can, bring them up overhead. Wonderful. And then you're going to pull your right hand to your left elbow over to the left side. And come up and over to the opposite side. And come up. And let's release the hands down. Fantastic. So we're going to come on to release the legs, coming onto the buttocks. Inhale, lengthening up through our spine here. And I'm going to lower down halfway. So we're going to do, it's like a modified Navasana. This helps to strengthen our core muscles. So we'll come up, knees bent with an inhale, and exhale, move the hands forward, lift the legs, and we'll drop to the earth slightly, engaging with these core muscles. And inhale, come up. Pull yourself forward with your knees. Inhale. Exhale, extend the arms out. Pull them forward, extend the legs out. You can have the knees bent or straighten them. Hug everything to the midline, pulling your hands towards each other isometrically. Hugging, feeling, engaging in our core, and come back. Inhale, pull yourself forward with the knees. And we'll do this again. Extend the arms out and bring the wings in. Extend the legs out. And we'll come down. Only go as far as you can so that you can still hold it, connecting to the core. And come back. Wonderful. So we'll come onto our backs. Have your strap nearby. So I'm going to pull our right knee in and make some circular movements with the hip. Going one direction and the other direction. Connecting with the breath. Remember to breathe. Allow the movements to follow the flow of your breath. And draw your knee in. Extend the leg up to the sky, clasp the hands behind the thigh, press the sole of the foot up to the sky. Now you're going to take your strap and Place it under your foot. Press. So you want to put it right underneath the mound of the big toe. Okay, the mounds of the toes. And so you can press the mounds of the toes or the foot into the strap here. If you don't have a strap, you can hold to the side of the leg and move in that way. Take the straps into the right hand. Inhale, press the foot into the strap. Rotate your toes over to the right, creating rotation deep inside the hip socket as we open the leg up towards the right. Extend the left arm out and gaze over to the left side. We'll hold here for a couple of breaths. We're pressing the foot into the strap. Hug muscle the bone and the muscles above the knee as you hold the strap firmly. Deep inhale, long exhale. Bring the leg to center, switch hands. So you can, your other leg, extend it to the ground. Open up your right hand. Actually, take your right hand, place it on the belly and pull the lower belly in as the left leg crosses over the body and pulling the skin of the belly over to the right for a gentle twist and gaze over to the right side here. So your leg can be bent, or if you can straighten it and press it into the strap, then do so. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Come back to center. Press the foot into the strap. Pulling the leg towards you. If you want to pull yourself up towards your leg, you can do so. And then we'll release the strap and the leg. And just allow yourself to sink into the earth for a couple of breaths here. And notice if you feel any difference from one side to the other. Does the right side feel more open? The energy flowing more smoothly? You feel more expanded? So let's create balance and do the other side. Bend the knees, hug the left knee into the chest, and we'll rotate one direction. So we're working on opening up in our hamstrings here, a little bit in the hips and in the hamstrings. Now go the opposite direction. And also working with opening up our spine. Halasana is one of those magical postures. Hold the thigh into the chest, extend the leg up, interlace hands behind the thigh, press the foot up to the sky. Halasana is Sanskrit for plow, and it's in the Indian tradition. There's many stories about the plow. So let's take the foot and place the strap to the bottom of the foot. Try to get it maybe a little below the mounds of the big toe and the other toes. Strap to the hand in one hand. Rotate the toes out to the left as you create a deep rotation in the hip, and open the leg up to the left. Open up the right arm to the right. Keep the left leg active, the hug muscles above the knee. This will help support the hamstring to open up safely and strengthen it at the same time. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. So the significance of halasana in one of the stories, epic Indian story, the Ramayana, the plow, there's a story of King Yanaka. He was plowing his field. And while he was plowing, he found a baby girl that had been abandoned, and he found her in the soil. And he grew up to be his daughter and had a very wonderful relationship with her. So the plow is symbolic for being able to connect, to find that hidden treasure, just like the baby girl hidden in the soil, to find that hidden treasure. So the plow is so beneficial in so many ways. Bring the leg up. So extend your right leg down, switch hands. So take your hand on the belly, pull the belly, the skin on the belly over to the left as you twist. Extend the left arm out and gaze over to the left. Deep inhale, long exhale. So halasana is very beneficial for overall tonifying of the body. It's good for the lymph system because we're going to take our head above our heart. It's an inversion. Let's bring the leg back. Whenever you have your head below your heart, below your head, it's an inversion and it's very good for the heart and the flow of blood. It's purifying. Drawing the leg towards you. If you want to rise up and release that leg. And let's let everything melt into the mat for a couple of breaths. Feeling more balance from side to side. And halasana is also good for digestion. It's good for the lymph. They say it's good for the mind. It's one of those postures that they see is king of yogic postures. It's good for helping to balance hormones. And it's one of my favorite postures. It's wonderful for the spine. I have old neck injuries. I broke my neck in a couple places. And I used to have scoliosis. So halasana is wonderful to create space in between the vertebrae and to help bring circulation to the spine and create length in the spine. So let's inhale and draw the knees up. Now let's do some circles in one direction with the knees. So first we'll work on opening up now circles in the other direction. We'll work on doing postures to help prepare for it because it's quite a deep yogic posture. Let's open up the knees. Bring the feet up for happy baby. Pressing the feet into the hands and then drawing the knees towards the earth. Release the feet. And we're going to come on to our bellies. Extend the hands out. So we're going to have the left palm. You want to have it on the earth, aligned with the left shoulder. We're going to do a deep shoulder opener here. And we've done before. So you're going to roll over to the left side. Your right hand is going to place your right fingertips in front of you on the floor. Rest your head to the earth here and move into this posture slowly. You can even claw the earth with your hand to create some muscle energy in your left arm to help support opening in the shoulder. Only go as far as it feels good. If it hurts, please soften and move out. Slowly move out of the posture. And we'll come to the other side. Extend the right hand out. Your right side of your head presses on the earth and roll over. Claw the earth with your right hand. Left hand braces in front. Moving slowly into the shoulder. As long as it feels good. Well, I know it's a deep opening, so it's kind of like that. You know it's good opening. But if it's painful, then you need to soften out of it. And let's come back to the belly. So I'm going to place the hands on the mat, press the hands into the mat, and pull your chest forward, in and up. Elbows to the side body, tops of the feet press into the earth with an inhale. Exhale, come down. So we keep that length in the side body. Now let's interlace hands behind the back. Press them into your sacrum here. And inhale, draw shoulder blades onto the back as you squeeze your elbows towards each other. Press feet into the earth, lengthen up through the torso. So the feet stay on the earth as we lengthen up. If you can straighten the arms out behind you, then do so. Otherwise, keep them on your sacrum. And release down. Hands to their sides and take a breath here. Deep inhale, long exhale. Now we're going to take our hands out to the sides, wider than our mat. We call this like a spider cobra. Fingers are like spiders on the floor, wider than your mat. So press fingertips into the earth. Inhale, lengthen up, and we're going to curl our shoulders up and back. So shoulder blades onto the back, tuck the tailbone as you lengthen up through the spine, lifting in the chest, and exhale down. Wonderful. Inhale, let's come up, make the knees wide, toes together. Walk the fingertips out, fingertips like spiders. Lift the shoulders up with an inhale as we lengthening forward. Now make the palms flat on the earth and pull the mat as if you're trying to pull it towards you and bring your forehead to the earth. And then stretch through the spine and let the sit bones pull back. Now bring the hips all the way back to the heels now as you drag your hands back, creating a nice length in the spine, and we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. There's a beautiful poem by Rumi that says, self-effort and grace are like two wings of a bird, and together you fly. So be mindful today of the balance between your self-effort and allowing yourself to be supported in your practice. Being supported with the breath. The breath is something beyond you. The air, the oxygen, it's there, whether you do anything or not. The earth is here supporting you. So allowing yourself to be supported by the grace that is around you. At the same time, balancing with your self-effort. So you're not pushing too much. And you're also receiving. Finding that beautiful balance. Inhale, rise up. I'm going to extend the right hand out and the left leg out. Lengthen and come back. Inhale, extend the left arm out. Lengthen and come back. Inhale, right foot forward. Press the back knee into the earth. So your back knee and your front heel moving towards each other, towards the midline, connecting to your core energy, and inhale, like two wings of a bird, expand up. And we'll bring our hands inside our right foot. So walking the fingertips out and softening your head forward. Walk fingertips out a little more to the left. Your right knee falls over to the right side a little bit. That's okay. And walk your hands in. Shift hips back. And we'll switch sides. Let's take the left leg forward. Rooting the back knee and the front foot into the earth. Hands to your thighs. Connect to your core energy with the front foot and back knee, moving in towards each other. And then from the core, through the heart, out through the fingertips, you fly. Self-effort, your self-effort. And as you root into the earth, connecting to the grace of the earth supporting you, and expand out like a bird. Bring the hands inside of your left foot. You can keep your hands here. Your left knee can move out a little bit to the side, or walk your fingertips out. And if you want to move a little deeper in the stretch, you can walk the fingertips even more to the right. Walk them back. And let's bring our left leg back. And we'll come to a standing posture. Let's come to Tadasana. Coming to the middle of our mat. Inhale, arms up overhead, hands in front of the heart. Connecting to your stillness. We're going to move into Vrikshasana tree posture for a balancing posture. Root the left foot into the earth, shifting the weight to the left foot, but bring that left hip in and take your right knee. And if you can keep the right knee, or if you can take the right foot, press it into your left thigh. So your thigh and the foot are pressing into each other. Connect to your stillness. Hands in front of your heart. So you can stay here or extend your hands up to the sky. Rooting the foot into the earth. And inhale, expand up, supported by the earth, and flying through your self-effort and grace. Release the hands. Bring your feet to feet or inner hip width apart. Shift the weight to your right foot. Hug muscle to bone. Root into the earth. So bring this right hip in. Don't let it pop out. To be able to keep that center of gravity, you need to bring that right hip in. So you can have the foot. You can have it on the bottom of the shin, or take the foot and bring it in and press it into your right thigh. Press thigh and foot into each other. Connect to your core energy. Hands in front of your heart. If you have your connection to stillness, extend the arms up overhead. Reaching, rooting into the earth, rooting into grace, and expanding up. Self-effort and grace, we fly. And let's bring the hands down. Connect to your stillness. And breathe. So now we're going to come into, we're going to get our chair. So if you need to grab a chair, we're going to come into Halasana. So I'm going to take the chair and place it on my mat. And if you don't want to use a chair, like I said, if you're used to this posture, you don't have to have a chair. So it's not necessary. And I want to I notice my chair is on my mat. The reason it is so my chair doesn't slide. So it's good to have it on your mat so it doesn't slide. The blanket is going to go about 1.5 feet in front of your chair, okay? The blanket I'm going to use for my shoulders. So if you have not done this posture with me before, I would like you to first watch, and then afterwards I'll lead you through it. If you have done it with me before, you can go ahead and move with me in the posture. So we're going to take the top of the shoulders to the top of our mat. This helps to create some Length in the neck helps to create the neck soft by relieving pressure on the neck and the head. So you're going to pull the knees in with an inhale, and then exhale, bring the feet over and take your hands behind and to your hips. And we're going to hug the legs together, elbows press into the earth. So notice my elbows aren't too wide. They're hugging to the side body. Extend the legs up. So we're not coming into a full shoulder stand here. We're coming into a modified shoulder stand. So you can come here and then lower the legs down to the chair. And it's wonderful to have the chair because then you have the support and you can get your right shoulder under and left shoulder, left shoulder under. So you can have your hands behind the back here or interlace your hands behind the back like we would in a bridge posture. So you can stay here for a couple of breaths. If you want to move deeper, you can take one leg, then the other one underneath the chair and come into a full halasana. And then if you want to try taking your knees to your ears and maybe grabbing your feet, you can stay here for a couple of breaths. I'm giving you different options and you go to the best options for yourself. And then when you're ready to come out, you're going to take the hands behind and slowly lowering down. And we're going to place feet on the earth. Take the hands underneath your sacrum here, under the buttocks. And we're going to come into Matsyendrasana, fish pose. Extend the legs out. Bend the elbows, top of the head to the mat to release in the spine and the neck. And then we release down. If it feels good to you, you can take, open up in the knees and even do happy baby pose if you want. And then we'll come into Shavasana. So for those of you that are going to come into the posture, and if this is not for you today, you're welcome to take your legs to the chair and to come into this posture. You're still getting the legs above the heart and having the benefits of an inversion, which were all the things I talked about earlier. So, and once you're done, you can come to your Shavasana. So for those of you that are moving into the posture now, the first come into your modified shoulder stand where you lift the hips and hold behind the lower back. Yep, come onto your backs, beautiful. And lifting the hips, extend the legs up, rolling up. So you can hold the legs up for a little bit and then bring the feet to the chair. Wonderful. Once the feet are at the chair, then bring your right shoulder and left shoulder, work them under. And you can keep your hands on the lower back. If you want to try interlacing your hands behind your back, you can do that, drawing your shoulder blades together. And if you want to bring your feet one foot at a time underneath the chair to go deeper into your halasana, you can do that. If you want to take knees to the ears and hold the feet a little bit. And then slowly coming out, supporting yourself in your lower back, moving into Matsyendrasana. with your hands underneath your sacrum, arching the upper back, top of the head into the earth. And then finishing in Shavasana. So those of you that are finished are in Shavasana. Laying down in corpse pose for a little while. If you need to do any last things for your lower back or hips, if you want to hug knees to the chest or rock back and forth, then do that. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. It's a very powerful posture. It's one of those transformational postures. Healthy spine, healthy life. So bending your knees, slowly rolling over to one side. We'll meet in a seated posture. We'll sit for just a minute and then close class. If you want to stay in Shavasana, you're welcome to. If you feel you need a longer Shavasana after that posture, that's okay too. We get it. So sitting, connecting to the breath, feeling rooted on the earth as the earth supports you, that grace that surrounds you, the breath that breathes you. Drawing yourself deeper inside, following the inhale and the exhale. We'll stay here for just a minute. Opening up our hands, bringing them in front of our hearts. Taking a deep inhale, and we'll chant one Om. Inhale. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you everybody for joining. Beautiful classes. It was wonderful to see everyone support themselves through being where they're at, honoring where they're at in their different stages. May you have a wonderful day or evening, supported through self-effort and grace. See you on the mat tomorrow